All right, well, we'll get started. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Outsource Solutions Group Educational Webinar Series. This is a live webinar series that focuses on sharing industry trends, best practices, helpful business tips, and valuable partner training for small to mid-sized businesses. My name is Amy Conies, and I'll be your host for today. The presenter today is Michael Pearson, Security Evangelist at Watchguard Technology. We also have Nate Preston on the line, who recently joined Outsource Solutions Group as our Sales and Operations Engineer. Michael will present today's session on advanced network security, and we are in for a treat with Michael's expertise with what he has planned for us. We anticipate this session to last for about 30 minutes or so. While your questions are important to us, unfortunately we will not have time to answer all of them. You are welcome to type a question in the question box, and we will respond directly via email. Know that we will be holding another educational webinar very soon, so keep an eye out for that announcement as well. So let's get started. I'd like to introduce our presenter, Michael Pearson, a Security Evangelist and Sales Engineer at Watchguard Technology. Watchguard is a global leader in network security, secure Wi-Fi, and network intelligence products and services to more than 75,000 customers worldwide. Welcome, Michael.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mike Pearson, Sales Engineer for Watchguard. And this slide I have up here for you to look at is what we offer in our total security package, a single firewall with all of the services inside of it. And I'm going to explain to why that's important here in just a minute. But in our total security package, we are now offering APT. It's a zero-day malware blocker, data loss prevention blocker. We're adding a threat detection and response. And now in all of the total security package, everybody gets our top-level support, our gold support package. And if you were to purchase just plain support or basic security and add these 4 items here that I've just mentioned, it would make the basic security firewall more money than buying the firewall from the get-go with the total security package on it. So I'm going to explain just a couple of these things and what they do and how you would use them in your environment. So let me get out of that real quick and there we go, move on over here and show you the URL filtering piece. Inside the URL filtering piece, there are 130 categories. I'll show you right. 130 categories that you can filter and keep your employees secure and keep them from going to things and increase productivity and that type of thing. But if you're not interested in controlling your employees and keeping them from going to Facebook and YouTube and that type of stuff, because we have that right down here, okay, and you're going to leave it open, you don't care what they do. Here's the reason why you must have URL filtering today. Right here, this security tab. This security tab keeps all of your employees from going to this stuff: malicious websites, spyware, phishing and other frauds, keyloggers, potentially unwanted software, malicious embedded links, mobile malware, advanced malware command and controls, and compromised websites. Now, I know you don't have employees that purposely go out to websites and go to these things. Okay, but I know you have employees that go to websites that have this stuff on it because we all do it. What this does is when you're in the address field, up here, let me see if I can open this real quick. Up here in this blue E, when in the address field up here, when you type something like, how many of y'all have gone to speed test? Speed test to check your speed of your internet, right? So you go to speedtest.net, but we all are in the middle of doing 2 or 3 or 4 things at a time. You're texting, you're looking at email, you're talking to somebody on the phone, and then you try to go do a speed test because you're having an issue with your network, and you accidentally type speedtest.com. And in there, speedtest.com is not speedtest. You've typed a wrong extension in there, and that takes you to a watering hole attack that is that has potentially unwanted software on it. Okay, that's where malware and viruses are being held. And you now have a new virus on your computer because you typed accidentally the wrong extension on a real website that you were going to. Or you go to Google and you spell it Goole.com. That's not how you spell Google. Or you go to whitehouse.com. Whoops, don't want to go there. It's whitehouse.gov, folks. Those types of things that every single person does in your network, fat fingering, misspelling, wrong extensions, and at the time you hit enter on your computer, it's too late. You have high-speed internet today, and as soon as you hit enter, you're on that page. It's downloaded in the background. You've got a new virus in your network. And for some of you that are spending more time putting out fires, fixing viruses, fixing malware, what about CryptoLocker? What about ransomware? How many of you have been hit with ransomware in the last year? A lot of that stuff is right here, folks. If you turn WebLocker on and use this security tab right here, that's probably going to stop 50 to 60% of your problems inside your network. And I only say 50 to 60% because I'm guessing, okay? And I'm going to show you a way to stop 100% utilizing a couple of these other things. So that is why to use the URL filtering, okay? Next, I want to talk about DNS real quick. Why in most of your firewalls or in most of your network, and I know you're doing it because everybody has done it unless you've been to one of my seminars before, and after doing this for Watchguard for 5 years, I've never been to a place that went, oh, hello, well that just makes sense. Right here in the DNS service, most of us are in a DHCP environment where we have Active Directory. And in a DHCP environment where we have Active Directory, every single computer in your network has to have a primary and a secondary DNS settings, which are your internal DNS servers. In that environment, nobody in your environment should be going out to the internet looking up an external IP address for DNS lookup. The only two things that should be leaving your environment for DNS forwarding and DNS lookup is your two AD servers. So why not, in your DNS out, only allow your domain controllers and get rid of any trusted or any subnet or whatever your trusted subnet is, because none of those machines should be going out to the internet for DNS lookup anyway. If they are, it's because they have a bogus DNS entry that somebody put on it somehow. And how do they do that? One, they either manually do it because they know what they're doing, but if you lock their admin rights out, they don't have rights to do that. So the way they got a bogus DNS entry is they took their laptop to Starbucks and they got malware on it, and it programmed a bot network on it, and it's going out to a DNS to hook up to a bot network. If you don't allow it to leave your building on that DNS resolution, it will never hook up to that bot network and download the malware or whatever else that they're going to do through your network. That is the second piece, and now we're up to about 80% of your problems in your environment by stopping them with just those two things. The next thing that I wanted to talk about today is TDR. This one right here, threat detection and response. Okay, and just before I get to that, okay, I want to mention Apt Blocker. Apt Blocker is a zero-day malware detection. Everybody has antivirus on your PC today. Why do you put antivirus on your PC? You know it doesn't stop 80, 88, or 98% of the viruses coming out every single day. With over 1 million viruses coming out every single day, the majority of those your AV company cannot detect. Okay? And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is open your Internet Explorer and go to malcode.com, and it'll take you to a website where it will tell you every single virus that it can or cannot detect, or the new viruses that come out every single day. Okay? And oh, wrong one, but that's okay. It's antivirus. It's malcode.com, so it is MALC0DE.com. Okay? hold on a second here. Come on. malc0de.com/database. Okay, and that will take you to a website where you can download all the viruses that have come out today. Look at this date, 8/3. All these came out today. All those come out yesterday. And today there's 4 pages of this. This is the execute of the virus. This right here takes you to the virus total website where it will tell you every single antivirus company that can or cannot detect it. Okay? So I know before I even do anything with it whether or not your antivirus company can detect that new virus that just came out today. And then I ask you again, why are you putting antivirus on your PC? Well, here's why you're putting antivirus on your PC. Because if you're in IT, it's just what you do. It's the most ineffective thing that you're doing in your environment, but yet we still do it because we're in IT. Today, the Apt Blocker, okay, is a sandboxing unit where once it scans by antivirus, your antivirus doesn't catch it because it can't see the signature. They take the hashtag out of that, and we look at the last line's hashtag database. If the hashtag is in there, then it's a known virus regardless of what the AV signature is. So we're looking at a totally different piece than the AV signatures. We're looking at the hashtag. If the hashtag doesn't exist, then we send that file up to the sandbox and run it in the cloud and check for the behavior. If it comes back as a known, as a misbehaving file, then it is a virus. We take the hashtag out of that, add it to the last line's hashtag database, and boom, every single firewall from that moment on that has APT turned on is now protected from that zero-day malware, and you don't even have to be the one that have gotten it. Okay? And then that takes me into threat detection response. This is the last line of defense. You've put AV on your PC, it didn't do it, you got APT on it, but you happen to be the guy that zero-day, or it was your PCs that weren't behind your Watchguard firewall when they got it. You have laptops that go home, laptops that go to Starbucks every morning, or the local library or McDonald's or wherever it is your employees are going. They're taking these laptops, hooking them up to open Wi-Fi, which is the worst thing in the world they could be doing, and then checking their corporate email, doing online banking, or doing whatever they're doing on the open Wi-Fi where there's people that are pushing malware and stuff on that same open Wi-Fi network to your PCs. So if they're not sitting behind a firewall, then you can put on this threat detection response. And what that is not a zero-day malware blocker. That is a ransomware encryptolocker blocker at the point of execute. So let me show you what I mean by that. I have a 2008 R2 server running at my house here, and I'm going to go up here into full mode here. And in this, I have threat detection response running on this PC. But also on this PC, over here to the left, you see I have Tesla Crypt. This is CryptoLocker. Okay, I've downloaded it and put it on this desktop. It is real ransomware Tesla Crypt CryptoLocker file. So what I'm going to do for you today is show you how this works. I'm going to click on stop my TDR service, so I'm going to turn it off. So this is a normal computer now without TDR on it. And here's my Tesla Crypt. So I'm going to go ahead and run this as admin. Oh, because you know everybody has to run everything as admin, right? Because it will be so much better if they run it as admin. And when I run that as admin, okay, notice it takes the file and kind of hides it for a second, but you'll see it pop back up there in just a second. But what's happening right now is in the back end, okay, Tesla Crypt is going through my files and actually encrypting my entire computer. And voila, notice the JPEG changed to ECC encrypted file. So I cannot access those files anymore. And now I have your personal files is encrypted. and I now have CryptoLocker on my computer, and there it is right there, the icon on my desktop saying CryptoLocker. Okay. Now, the only thing I can do to this computer now is format it and clean it up and remove that, or do some kind of restore of a backup that I had. Hopefully that I have a backup. Okay. So let me get out of full screen here for a second. Now that we've encrypted that server, I got to fix it. So I'm going to go over here to, and luckily this is a VM, so I'm going to go over here to my virtual machine and go to my snapshot. I created a snapshot before I did this because it's the only way you get out of this. Okay, manage snapshots, and go back to here, and I'm going to restore a snapshot, and go ahead and hit restore. This will take a second, but it's not that big a deal. Okay. Once that restores, we will see that computer come back up, and it'll be right back where we were a minute ago before I ran that. Okay. Let me click on that to turn that on here. Okay. It's totally rebuilding my computer, and so it's not going to take, it takes a second or two, but it's not that big a deal. So, and then opening it back up. And when I run that, let me see here. Let me log into here this real quick. And what this is the reporting home in the Watchguard website of everything that I just did with the Tesla crypt. So, okay, there it is. That's back up. Let me get back in there again. There it is. Let me go back to full screen here so you can get a better view of that. There it is. And we are back up and working. There's my Tesla crypt again. And now threat detection response is now started and working. Now let me show you what happens when I run it as admin with the Tesla crypt, with the threat detection response actually running. So I'm going to click on it and hit run as admin again. Okay. And notice the file will disappear again. And let me open this one. Okay. And there's my files back up there. Okay. And we'll let that run just for a second. Let me see if I can. Okay. And let me get out of full screen. We'll come back to that for a second because we're going to let it run. Give it enough time to prove that, hey, it really did not function. What? All right, hold on a second here. There we go. Let me go to the watchguard.com, partner portal. And what I'm doing here is logging into our WatchGuard partner portal so I can show you that the computer, when it ran the CryptoLocker, or when it did the stopper here with the TDR on, that it phoned home to the cloud, and you'll be able to see what's going on here. So there's my TDR. Good. So let's go back here to the computer. Nothing's encrypted. That file is totally gone. So TDR removes that file totally off your computer, so it doesn't exist anymore, and you cannot run it a second time. So when you have an end user with their laptop out at Starbucks or wherever they happen to be, mobile, they get CryptoLocker. When they run it and get it, this program is going to remove it off the PC, and they cannot run it a second time. Even if they wanted to, I cannot click on it because it's gone. Everything that was there is totally gone, and they can no longer run it again. So let me go here to my dashboard, and I'll show you what that looks like when they phone home. Okay, and on the dashboard, here we got, I have some new threats. Here they are right here. This is today. Okay, the date in my system is not wrong, but is wrong, but this just happened. I have 2 computers up and running. I now have 16 incidences. So if I click on this, okay, and go to my incidents, it's going to tell us everything that it just found on that machine that we just ran it on. So here it is right here. Here's that Tesla crypt that we just ran. It was on the administrator's desktop, okay? And it was on my 2008 R2 server, so that's what we just did. It killed the process, quarantined, killed the process, and killed the process. It totally removed it off the computer, phoned home to this cloud here, and told me that it did it. And then tomorrow I'll get a report in my email stating that this computer here, server 2008, got Tesla Crypt on the administrator account on the desktop, and it was removed and quarantined off that machine. So from now on, when you get CryptoLocker on your computer, the only thing that you need to do is absolutely nothing. Continue on your day and totally forget that somebody got CryptoLocker. Now, you'll get it in a report and you'll know what happens, and maybe you'll go talk to them a roundabout way and go, hey, stop doing whatever you did, and you won't be getting CryptoLocker anymore. But you didn't get it because we stopped it in the back end, and there's absolutely nothing for you to do to remediate that. There is no backup on a computer because there's no restore on a computer. There's absolutely nothing for you to do because threat detection response did it for you. And every single one of our firewalls come with licenses with the total security package. Depending on which firewall you get, obviously the bigger the firewall you get, the more license that TDR comes with. It comes in the total security package, and all you do is deploy it on your PCs, and it phones home to that cloud and tells you everything that's going on. Okay? And you can create policies in there to auto-remediate everything for you, and there's nothing for you to do at the end. So this is a set it, forget it, ransomware stopper, blocker, remover on the endpoint, on the PC, at the point of execute when you have your users double-click on something and get it because they've put the wrong extension in, or no matter what they did or how they got it, it's going to stop it on the point of execute when your end user runs that. And that's what I wanted to talk to you today about. If you do have any questions, you can reach out to Outsource Solutions or type them here in the GoToMeeting panel, and Outsource Solutions will get back to you with probably by the end of the day or the next day or two, depending how many questions there are. And stay tuned. They did say we were going to do another one of these webinars coming up shortly, and so keep watch. If you like what you've seen, we will continue on with a couple more things to help you think outside of the box the next time we get together. And at this, I will hand that back to you guys.
All right. Thanks so much, Michael. That was very informative. I like the demonstrations. Really, really helpful. So we just wanted to close things out for some of you on the line who may not know who we are. We are Outsource Solutions Group. We have been around for almost 20 years, since 1998. We service small and medium-sized businesses in the Chicagoland area, and we have a 98% customer retention rate. So we really love our customers, and we hope that we are doing what they want us to do. We work with a variety of strategic partners and business partners, obviously Watchguard and Microsoft and Cisco and a lot of the ones that you would have heard of before. But if you have questions on anything, you can certainly ask us, and it might be a connection that we can get for you. And also, for anyone, the first 10 people to email me at sales@osgusa.com will win a free security assessment. So don't delay, do that. We'd love to get you into our system and do that assessment for you, and hopefully have a great relationship going forward. So we really appreciate you attending today, and if you do have any questions, feel free to chat them in here or email them to us, and have a great day.